Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. Hi to all my homebody besties. I was laughing. I was so proud the other night. I was talking to some of my friends and I was like, oh my god, look, and I was going through the comment section and you were all like, I'm a homebody bestie. And I was like, we're all homebody besties. I'm so sorry about my hair as well. I've just washed it, so if it looks all weird, then that's what we're working with right now. But I was so proud. I was like, yes. We're all homebodies over here, so that made me so happy. I've just made my morning coffee. I'm going to put it down because I can't do two things at once. I'll spill that everywhere. Today, oh my god, my blind is up. This is like the first day that I've woke up and it's all up and it feels mwah. It's just so cute. I adore it. So today I've got a handyman coming round. He's going to be fixing the floor in the guest room, so the part where, because then I need to get the wardrobe up, which will then start to create the space that I want. So I'll then do the wardrobe as built in, and I'll then be able to build my desk. So this has been the hold up. So he's due to come out in the next couple of hours, but before he comes, I just need to go up and start clearing that area, because obviously he'll be needing to get in there to fix the actual floor. It was from where the chimney was, so it was a chimney breast, so obviously that goes right down to the next floor, so he's going to make it all secure and stuff. And then this weekend I will be able to put my wardrobe up, and I'm missing some drawers because I'm going to do the PAX built-in system, but I couldn't get some of the drawers that I needed to, so we might go to IKEA together if they've got them in stock. So I'll have a little look. It's been updating. They were in stock the other night and I couldn't get them, and then they went out of stock again, so it's just going to be one of them. When you see that they're there, I'm just going to have to get there, but I can still build the wardrobe, which is cool because I'm going to be changing it up a little bit. So the doors, I've just bought some brown doors or some wood doors because I'm going to put paneling on it, and then I'm going to paint the doors to match with the colour of the room so it all looks seamless, and then I'm going to get some stunning trim for the top. That makes me so happy. So that's going to be happening. Like I say, I'm going to run and do that. And I know I've been saying it, but like the change at the minute in the air and the feeling, like even as it gets to 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, it's starting to get dull. Like when you look outside, it's just got that grey mist, and it makes me super happy. Oh, I was in Scotland. I was up for some work stuff, so I've been up there for a couple of days, but I'm back now. This weekend I've got an event potentially tomorrow. I'm just deciding on whether to go to that or not. So if not, we'll probably do maybe like IKEA to get the bits and bobs that I need. But get yourself your brew, get yourself a nice little biscuit, a nice little treat, because this is going to be a cozy day at home and we are just going to live our best lives. So let's go and have an awesome one. This is the chaos that I'm working with. But believe it or not, this area is going to turn into an amazing little guest bedroom, which is going to be this colour here with all that paneling all the way around. So this part over here is the area that there was a chimney breast, so it sort of went like that. That's all down now, so I just need to clear all this so he can get into there and we can get the new floor built. And then this is the area that the wardrobe will be, and then the little built-in desk here. So I'm going to get this cleaned up. I feel like it's going to take me forever. Hopefully it won't, but let's see how we get on. Hello. I am on my way to buy some 4x2 timber because I'm going to sit the wardrobe on top of that so that it looks all fitted in. So I wanted to grab hold of that this morning. I then need to get like some levelers and then some heavy duty bin bags so I can clear all the rubbish out of that room. So I'm going to go and grab that stuff now, and then after I've done that, if I can get the wardrobe built today, I'll do that, and then I'm going to have a cozy evening. I really want to watch Black Panther. My friend was talking about it the other day, this morning, and I was like, oh my god, I've not watched it for so long, so I would love to, if I can get all my bits and bobs done and have an evening in front of the television with Black Panther would be cute, and maybe a chippy, or I don't know. So whatever I do tonight, I'm actually excited. So that'll make me work really hard throughout the rest of today. Fix the floor. It all looks good. I think because I'm in an old house, I'm just worried that it's not going to be level. So to save me coming back out later on, I'm just going to buy some little leveling things. I'll show you when I grab hold of them. It's just to make sure that the bottom part is perfect, and then yeah, so that's just what we're working with. And I'm going to, it's a little timber yard that I'm going to, and I absolutely love using little timber. I feel like you save so much money for a start, but they're all like, they're just the nicest guys as well. When I go in here, this one's only like 5-10 minutes from my house, and when you go in, they just like, I don't know, I remember feeling quite intimidated at first because I'm not like rah, and I always imagine that when you go into places like this it would be like men like that, and it's just not. They're just so nice. Like when you walk in, they're asking you how your day is, they're talking to you, they just chat to you like your friends. So back at home, the floor is all sorted, and I'm going to clear all this because this is a lot of the rubbish that was in there from when we took the chimney and stuff down. So today's task is to get rid of all the rubbish, and then hopefully, if I get time, build the wardrobe and then build the base. But if not, I'm totally cool if I just get this room cleared today, because that'll make me happy, because then I can get my wardrobe done and then I can finish off the paneling. So, and it's just going to be like that up there. I think the sun's really bright round here, so let me go and get started. This is everything I've just taken out of that room. That is wild for such a small little space. The cardboard was some cardboard that I had, so I brought, because it'll be just fine to throw in the tip. But yeah, I'm going to get all this there now. I need to get it in the car and then get it all done. So I have the car full, and I've got to say, out of every single adult job, this is my least favourite. Like, I think it's probably the worst thing that you can do. I just hate it, so I tend to procrastinate until I'm like, right, I really need to get this sorted, because that room would have just been full of stuff that I should have took weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and I've not. But I'm doing it today. And have you got any adult jobs you hate? Putting the rubbish out is probably up there with the tip. It's just like not nice. So, and it's Saturday today, so I am anticipating that it's going to be a busy one, which, but it's my own fault. I should have did it ages ago. But I'm actually excited because I'm starting to see the room clear loads more now, so I should be able to, depending on timings, get the wardrobe up. The only thing is I don't have electricity, or I don't have a light, but I've actually got plugs, so I can put a lamp in there, to be fair. I was going to say I don't have light, but actually I could put a lamp in there, so hopefully I can get it up today. I might not make the base today depending on the timings, but at least if I get the wardrobe up, then I can measure all the bottom of it to make sure that the base sits perfectly. Done, 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 thank God. It wasn't even that bad, I always think that. But it did start getting a bit busier because they were closed for about 10 minutes, 5 minutes, so the cars just started building up. But we're done, now I can go home, have an ice cold drink, and then I can get started on getting that wardrobe built. And it's the tall one, so I need to get it all up the stairs and stuff, so that should be fun. But we're independent over here. We figured out how to do things. That's just how we do. So I'm actually really excited about that. I was thinking before, I need to figure out how I can get that big unit out of there. and into what now will be my office. So we'll do that. So I'm gonna head home, have a cold drink, and then we're gonna get started. Look at the state of this. But this part is all clear now, so I've got a bit of space to work in, because once the wardrobe's up, it's just going to sort of take that space there. So if I can get it built and up, it just removes it from everywhere else. So let's get this sorted. Well, this is new. Who remembers when, like, IKEA PAX wardrobes, you had 9 million pieces? Literally, I've got this piece of wood, that piece of wood, and the 2 side bits that are already connected like this. That could make my life much easier, but let me see how this goes. So that's that part up. That was so easy. Like, I didn't have to use a screwdriver. I literally, they give you everything that you need. So much easier. So much easier than I've ever had it before. And you don't have to, like, this part's already on. So you don't have to, you know, before you would have to get all the little nails. So much better. I am made up. So the plan will be, so hopefully we can get a bit more of a vision now. So there'll be a little desk running along here. Then there'll be a bit of a gap. Then there'll be a shelf, a TV, then a shelf right above the TV, and then probably another shelf just at the level of the wardrobe. And then obviously it'll have doors, and I'm going to panel the doors and stuff, and it'll all be painted the same colour as the wall. You can't really see it at the minute, the lighting's quite bad in here now, so I'm so glad that's done. I've got the doors and stuff downstairs. I don't think I'm going to put them on until I've sorted out the part at the bottom, because it'll be easier for me to move the wardrobe without having the doors on. So I'll get that done as soon as possible. But yeah, I'm loving it. The wiring's already ready. So this part here will have a socket put here. It's then going to have a socket that will be put here, and then there'll be a socket above this wardrobe, because that's going to use for the lights. So I've got lights for the outside of the wardrobe, so when my guests are lying in bed at night, they can just sit with it on and it'll shine down onto the paneling, which will give a nice glow. And then when they open the wardrobe, it'll have lights inside of the wardrobe as well. So yeah, I'm so happy with that, because now it means that I can get all this bit done, and I can finish all the paneling, get the room painted, and this will start coming together quite quickly, so I am pleased. So I've got my 4x2. So the plans now are to make a frame for this to sit on. So I want it to go on this, and then I'll put like a nice skirting board around the bottom. And then I've just been playing around with what I want this part to look like. So what I'm thinking is the part of the paneling to get my MDF and put a piece in there, and then I'll sort of screw that to that and then into the wall. And then that means that, let me grab a piece of my trim, and then that means that I can then do the paneling or the trim like up there. So this will then be a thin piece, or like a thin, so it will look similar to what this part will be here, but that'll almost frame this little part here out, if that makes sense. And then the rest of it will just run right up. So that's where my head's at. That's what I'm thinking for this part. I think it's going to look so good. So I think if I can get that part done today, I also need to pull these electric wires out a little bit, because the electrician's going to be coming and putting in the sockets that I've touched on. So obviously I can't screw this to the wall or anything until all that's played around with. Yeah, so that's probably the best thing to do, is just to wait. So I'm going to measure up, start making my frame. I'll show you how that looks, and then I'll have a little play around. I've just threw my house coat in. I was literally so cold before, but I've warmed up as I've been moving around. So I am super excited, and I've just had my YouTube video go live, and a lot of you did say yes, you think the textured wallpaper. I think everyone that commented about it said yes to do some sort of textured wallpaper, which makes me so happy, so yay! Right, I'm going to crack on, get this part done. I'm going to pop some tunes on and just have a cute little time.
Headlights on the highway. If you only knew, being back here always makes me think of you. When the world is sleeping, do you think of me? With the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember it all. Windows down, empty streets, you were all I used to know. You and I, forever ago.
Then you'll end up with something that looks like this. Basically the wardrobe's just going to sit on that, and I put an extra two in just for a little bit of additional support. So now I need to get this wardrobe sat on top of this, and that means that I can have my little trim and stuff across the bottom and make it look more custom. So let's see if I can do that.
This town's so quiet this time of year, with the road ahead's coming back again, coming back to me. I remember the long drives, the late nights in your car. I remember.
So now that that's on there, it's not on properly, I just wanted to make sure that it would feel secure and it's not going to like topple or nothing, and that's before I've screwed it into the wall, which it does. So that's amazing. So at least that part's done. Next part is to level it out, because I've got some little levelers downstairs, which I'll show you in a little sec. And then that way the floor will be perfectly straight in terms of where this is. And then it just means that it should sit perfect. And then I'll have the side piece of trim go in. And then the top, I am going to get some like cornice type detailing across the top just to make it even look more custom. So I am pleased that that's on there. I feel like it fits really good. It's just not sat right. I've just plonked it on just to make sure it was alright, because I need to take it back off in a bit anyway. But I think that might be me done for the day. I'm not gonna lie.
My love for you will last forever, forever, forever. Windows down in the streets, you were all
I have just been having a little bit of just a quick refresh, and I just had a delivery come. So I've ordered my radiator for my guest room, and I'm excited for it. So I ordered some valves separately because the valves were so expensive from the radiator place, and I've used these one in my living room, so I just went for the same one. So obviously, because I've gone for a traditional style radiator, because obviously that's the style of my home, and like I say, the valves with the radiator company are so expensive, so I wanted like a traditional style valve as well. And look how pretty these are. Like so a lot of my followers are not from the UK, and so for anyone that's not from the UK, the most common heat source here is actually through radiators. So generally, even when you get new build houses, old houses, they will come. I know a lot of countries have got it through like a central heating system. That's not the way it is here. So I bought some gorgeous traditional style radiators for my guest room, and then I'm going to have these, but I don't know if you can see, but look how pretty that is. Just simple but effective, and that's exactly what we want around here. So you just twist it to turn it on, twist it to turn it off, and in comparison to what the other companies were charging for these, this one was relatively inexpensive, so I was made up with that. So I will totally take that. But I'll leave this linked below if anyone is interested in this particular style. They do it in like black and chrome, so depending on your colour scheme, it will fit right in. But as you can see, this goes perfectly with my home. So it's these little things that I think elevate your home. The little details are the place where you need to put your attention, because if you don't, that's when things can start to look a little bit not so polished. So yes, I can't wait to get them on, and that against the colour in my guest room will just be perfect. I actually think these ones are nicer than the ones that I've got in the living room. The ones I've got in the living room are a little bit more brass, and this is a little bit different, whereas I love that deep rich wood colour. So I'm excited to get that up. I also need to order a radiator for my hallway. The style that I've gone for, they didn't have the size that I needed in stock when I ordered that. So they are due to be delivered, or my radiator for my guest room I think is due to be delivered later this week, I think. So fingers crossed I can get that sorted. And before I come on here, I've had the electrician out, so he's come out just to make sure that all the wiring and stuff in there was fine, and so he said that's all looks good, so I'm made up with that. I just need to buy my sockets, which I've just ordered. I'll collect them tomorrow. I've just gone for screw fit, and I ordered for the one by the desk, because I'm going to have one for when guests come round. I've got that with a USB, so that if guests come they can just plug their phone or iPod. I was going to say iPod there. Oh my god, how old am I? So yeah, their iPad or their phones, whatever. So I've got that, and then I've ordered the other ones. The ones that are behind the TV, I'm thinking about just getting white sockets, because I'm like, you're never ever literally going to see that socket. From the minute I put it on the wall, I'm never ever going to see that socket again. So I'm like, do I want to spend more to get like nice brass ones, or would I rather just get a white one? So I'm thinking white. So I've not ate today, so I need to go and get myself some food. I'm sat in the most awkward position. Does anybody else get comfy sat on the floor? So that's the space that I'm in. My brain works in a way where it'll bounce all over the place sometimes, and I will want to start styling or planning something else or whatever's going to be next on my plan. And I know I've been talking to you guys, or in the last couple of videos I had mentioned about building an extension to push the house out to the side and what that'll look like. I also need to make a decision on is that the right thing to do to build the extension, because the extension, the only thing that'll give me is a bigger kitchen. And while that'll be amazing, I don't know whether I will be here forever. You know, right now I have zero plans to ever think about leaving, but equally part of me wants to think about, if I spend X amount on an extension and X amount on a kitchen, I don't know if I'm going to see the full return that I would have to invest into doing that. So that's partly where my brain is at the minute, because the kitchen will still be big enough if I don't do it. So I guess the part that I just need to decide is it worth me doing the extension? And that's the space that I'm in. So what I'm doing at the minute is I'm currently trying to design a kitchen without the extension and what that would look like, and then also have a think about if I was to do it with the extension, what would that then look like, because it's exciting either way. So that's what I've just been sat playing around with. I do need to edit some videos and stuff, so I had just opened my laptop and I thought, before I do that, let me have a little look at if it's possible. And I don't know if you've ever used it. Yes, this isn't sponsored or nothing like that, but I don't know if you've ever used DIY kitchens. I've never bought from them before, but that's where I think I'll potentially get my kitchen from. Like I say, I know some people from, we follow one another on Instagram, and I've messaged them about their kitchens because they are really pretty, and they've talked to me about their experience and stuff. But one thing that whether you want a kitchen from them or not, one thing that they've got, and I'm sure other companies have probably got this as well, but you can actually go on and design what your kitchen looks like. So let me just show you what I'm looking at. I'm sorry if this angle's a little bit off, it's just because the tripod that I've got you on. But this is, this would be the length of my kitchen, the size, and then you also put in where your doors are, and you also put in like the height of your ceilings and stuff. So I've just been playing around with some units. This isn't done, but it was just where I was up to. And what you can do is go into like a 3D image of what you've pulled together, which is pretty cool, and then you can sort of change the light so that you can get a feel for what it would be. So this is the living or the dining room door. So at the other end of this door here, that's the dining room, and then this one takes you into my hallway. So I can make a decision on whether I keep that door or get rid of it. But then what's good is this is a big window that actually I'm going to have a sink built into, so it's actually a bay window, so I'm going to put a sink and a dishwasher into that, but I just put it as doors just because I couldn't figure that out on here. And then you put the size measurements of your room, and through here is actually where my current kitchen is, so that will then become my utility room, and behind that, which would be sort of behind that wall there, it would then be a downstairs toilet. So that would be the kitchen without an extension. Obviously, I've not done anything yet. I've not decided if I want wall cabinets. I would probably do some sort of built-in above there with an extractor fan, maybe some shelves or some upper units with a gorgeous lamp and all that sort of stuff. So right now I'm just playing around with what it would look like. And then, so here I would have a fridge freezer. This I would want as a built-in cooker up, but I couldn't figure out, it wasn't working with the units that I had, so ignore that, but that's what that would be then. A cooker, drawers, then you've got all storage down here, and one of them is an actual bin. But you can also click on the units as well and it will show you what they are, which is pretty cool. So I was just sitting having a little play around. So that would be, you've got cupboards, you've got drawers. So yeah, that's where I'm at. So I need to make a decision, so let me know what you think. In terms of, if I was to extend out, it just means that this part here would probably push out by 2 meters. And the reason that I like the idea of that is then I could fit a huge kitchen island. So really I would be building an extension for an island, because this part here would all stay the same length. It would mean that I would have an island, and then my utility room would be pushed out by 2 meters as well. The kitchen, the utility room's already going to be a good size for a utility room, so I don't know, but I love the idea that you can have a play around. And look, they do the one where you can, you know, you can get like your chopping board and that built in, and little spice racks and all that sort of stuff. So it is pretty cool. I was just sitting playing around to see what I would like, and they do, obviously you can pick your own kitchen cabinets and stuff. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So I would really love to know what you think, because you guys seem to be giving the best ideas. It's Sunday now when I'm filming this, and my video had gone live, and I've gone through all the comments, and they're just beautiful, like genuinely. And I know I've mentioned it before, but I see people that I see comment all the time. Like, I could start reeling off names of people that I see all the time, and I'll make sure that I try and go on and reply to everyone. I feel like the connection and the community that comes on over here is amazing. And what I also love is you reply to one another. You're like, if someone knows where I got something that someone's asked, you'll go on and talk, and you'll do it. And if I come to it and see that it's already been answered, or you know, people will just build a connection over, you'll just build a connection with one another over interiors, because that's what we all love over here. So I've been loving that. I've ordered my sockets. I can show you what I've actually gone for. These were actually quite inexpensive because it's my guest. I'm obviously putting money into it, and I want it to look really nice, but I'm not going like, so this is the sockets that I'm going for. So you can see it's got the USB parts in, and then it's just brass. So I thought I'll go for that on the table, and then I'll have the other socket. There's a socket by the bed which will just be brass, and the other ones that are going to be behind the TV and stuff, I think I'm just going to go for white, you know, because I'll save quite a bit of money, and it's literally a socket that you'll never ever see. And if I ever did decide to take the TV down, the socket would then be removed, because I wouldn't just have a socket on show. So that's where my head's at. I've got all the lights and everything for the unit. I do need to figure out how to build the cornice that I'm going to be doing around the top of it, because that needs to be amazing. So I need to sort that out. Tomorrow I think I'm going to go up and go to Home Sense and more, which obviously I'm going to film. Hello. I think I'm going to go to Home Sense, have a little look at what they've got in, because my bedside tables for the guest room need to be really small, because literally I think the max they'll be able to be is probably 20 centimeters. So I'm thinking maybe just like a little round side table like I've got over by the side of the chair. That's what I'm thinking about. So I need to go and see what they've got, and if they've got anything, and I can pick it up tomorrow. If not, we'll just wait until we find the right one. And I've been reading all the comments on the new blind, because that's the one that went up, and you guys seem to love it. So thank you so much for all the love and support. And I also want to show you this, because I think I need help with this. So please forgive the back garden, because as I've said to you, I've literally not touched anything to do with it. But straight out here, you can see the state of this wall. So I'm guessing they painted it, and it's just damp and needs sorting. So what I'm thinking about doing is there's a type of ivy which is called Boston ivy, which is not as aggressive as like English ivy, and I was thinking about planting some of that over there so that it would end up just with a green wall, which would look stunning. So out here, that's what you'd look out to. Obviously all these shelves and stuff would go in the I don't even want to talk about that gate. I don't know why anybody would paint a gate that colour, especially when you have a green fence, but that wasn't me. But then I'm thinking like Indian limestone all on the floor. Let me know what you think, because I just think having a big green wall there would look really pretty, but I'm not too sure. I need to know what you think. But this just makes me so happy. Makes me so happy. And some of you were saying actually you didn't realise how pretty this was, because obviously it was just covered with a blind before and you couldn't see the door, you couldn't see nothing. I like the idea of being able to see out and then having maybe a green wall. And let me show you what the wall would look like. In the summer, the wall would look like that. Obviously I wouldn't have the floor part because I don't have the space for it. But what's really good about Boston ivy is it changes colour with the seasons. So as I would get into autumn, I would be sat at the dining table, it would start changing, which I love the idea of, because obviously you know I love my seasons. So I don't know, like in the day it would just, in the summer it would just be simple and green, which I'm not mad at. I do think it's much nicer than what that wall looks like. Unless you can recommend anything to do with that wall. I can see this little cuddle stick now. It's been doing that all day. So I don't know unless there's anything else that you can recommend with the wall, but I like the idea of having some ivy. And all the research that I've been doing suggests that Boston ivy is nowhere near what English ivy is, because I know that can destroy buildings and stuff. So let me know if you've had any experience, because obviously I'm just going off what I've read online, and I don't want it to come on the house as of yet. Right now I'm saying I don't want it to come on. Oh my god, I've got a cuddle there as well. What is going on? I do love the idea of it being on the house. That's it in autumn and like summer, springtime, which I love the idea of it changing, so that when I'm sat at my dining table and I'm doing it for summer, it'll all be obviously green and bright and vibrant, and then as we get into the later months, it'll start looking like it'll get all the gorgeous colours in it, and I love the idea of that. And then I don't know whether to put some wall lights. This is how much my brain is just obsessed by interiors. Like I'm literally bouncing from one thing to another, and I'm very mindful of that, so I'm not doing everything in one go. But I think when I'm sitting and I've got nothing to do, when I'm not doing nothing, I'm like, right, let me design this, or let me think about this. And the only reason I've been thinking about the back is I went out the other day and I've ripped up loads of the weeds. It still needs more doing, but I was actually enjoying myself while I was out there, and I was like, oh, I need to start making this area look pretty, especially because I can see it with that door open. So that's where we're at. I will keep you posted. I'm going to end this video here. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will catch you in my next video.